Welcome back. We are here for the last match of the day. Day 2 here at the NXL. I'm Matt Falvey. I'm joined by my co-host in crime, Anthony D'Ambrosio, also known as T2.
Hi, everybody. What's going on? Great day of paintball. Wrapping up. Final match here. Final set of matches, I should say. We got the Heroines on your left, Immortal Angels on your right, and here we go.
Heroines had a very successful weekend so far.
Very aggressive breakup from the Heroines.
Flying up to the D3. And at the same time, they're getting kills.
Wow, peeling off a lot of Angels. So we've got 3 Angels heading off right now. I think this Angel coming down the D side is probably, it's a pretty aggressive move considering how many guns are on that side. So
when you chose to go run heavy and not gun heavy, you shouldn't be getting those kind of kills early on.
Okay.
Heroines do both.
And there is, mercifully, that point is over for the Angels.
That was a very quick point. We call that a Kevorkian.
Okay.
Old reference. I'm not sure our audience will get that one.
Oh, boy. The ones that do are going to be really offended.
All right, we're going to switch over to SURICATOS versus Northern Lights.
So I'm excited for this match. SURICATOS are a very aggressive, fast team, and I think Northern Lights had a great set against the Nevermores. That was a really exciting set of games to watch. So this should be really fun to watch, Matt.
This is a better day for Northern Lights. They had a rough day yesterday. They're coming back, though.
Sun's kind of behind the clouds here in Tampa, so can't really play the shadows anymore. So that's kind of a good.
We're entering the romantic phase of our day here.
Is that why you had me in the last set?
Yeah, this is the sunset match.
Oh man, how romantic!
The booth camera's high enough they can't see us holding hands. SURICATOS come out 2 guns at home. They're into this snake corner now.
Let's see a good break for Northern Lights as well.
5 alive, both sides. No, I say that.
They peeled off one, but it looks like she got off quick. I don't know if anybody. Yeah, they did pick that up.
Yeah. SURICATOS spread wide across the back line. Nothing up the middle, which is a rather unusual breakout. Most teams are pushing up the middle. SURICATOS now into snake 1.
All right, Northern Lights spreading the back line. Probably a good move here, but they got to contain the snake. She's playing it on the inside, pretty tight. I don't think anybody's picked it up yet. So let's see if she gets on this roll right here. Oh, all right. Still, nobody's picked it up. They've lost another player up the Northern Lights side. If she makes this little hop here, I don't think anybody's looking at her.
Beyond just her, SURICATOS are now making their secondaries.
Oh, she's going to start blowing people up now. There we go.
That's
what
Torres.
A good move.
Torres is just going to do damage.
I think she is just going to probably pick them apart now.
There's nothing left to pick apart.
There you go.
The carcass has already been stripped. All that's left is to break the wishbone in 2 and see who gets to hit the buzzer.
Wow.
That was a rough game for Northern Lights. Not what they needed.
SURICATOS extremely aggressive. That snake player played it perfectly. All right, so let's see if we have a little bit of a palate cleanse here between these 2 matches. And Heroines heading to the right. Looks like we've got, let's see what we got. We got Krista, Alicia Valdivia, Katie Kelly, Daniela, and Brooklyn. All right, so this is kind of their shooters. So I'm going to imagine, and Danielle's got a lot of pain in her back. So my guess is they're probably going to lay back a little bit and try and really pick some people off here on the break and capitalize. They're probably just going to push one side of the field, whatever they kind of break open. So that's my guess, just based on who's coming out and what they got on their back. But
I would not be shocked to see Heroines experiment with some unusual breakouts and unusual game plans. This is their last game before the playoffs. They are very, very much in the playoffs, so they have an opportunity to experiment here. No disrespect to Immortal Angels.
Oh, wow.
Angels.
All right, so they've already picked apart that D side. So I would guess they're probably going to make that push on the D side here if they can drop one more body. They can drop a gun facing that way at least.
Angels up the middle. They're still doubled up at home, asking for a check. Nope, she's clean.
All right, so we got moving to the D side from the Heroines. And now the sun's coming out.
Look over our hands. Look over our hands. Okay. They can see.
Sorry.
All right. Crystal surviving there in the middle for the Immortal Angels. They're now into the snake.
They picked her up, though. They know she's there.
That's Vivian. She's going to get a check, but I think she's going to be clean. No, she's out.
Oh, wow.
At least there's no flag. At the same time, they're going to lose their middle player.
Heroine's moving down the snake. Danielle's in the snake. She's stopping for a check. All right, she is. Where did that shot come from?
Yeah, the Immortal situation went from bad to worse, and they're going to flag out of that one.
So Heroine's pushed down the D side. Call him a child for your free reading. Saw that one coming. And that seems like probably the par for the course when you have those players on the field coming out. They're probably just going to gunfight, try and pick some people off the break here, and then figure out what side of the field to push based on who they're killing. So,
Heroines taking care of business so far. Northern Lights trying to turn it around here against Suricatos. Suricatos up by 1 point. A million hours on the clock, though, at 13 minutes and 44 seconds. So that's not an issue.
Suricatos
need to hurry to get to the box.
They are very light on paint. It seems like they're probably going to have some runners this point, just based on what they're carrying on their back. So if I were a betting man, and Matt, I am. I have a crippling gambling problem.
Yeah.
My guess is going to be they probably take this snake off the break pretty quickly or up the D side fast. They're going to make one move on the side really quickly. So let's see what they end up doing.
You still got one kidney left, right?
Yep, they're coming for that next week. So
we're getting repoed.
I changed my name again. That's terrible. Fat Tony's been calling for a week. Wants his money.
As an Italian, you have many definitions of Tonys, don't you? You know, just whole categories of Tonys.
Listen, I thought they could beat the Globetrotters. They're due.
They're due. The Generals, the Washington Generals are overdue.
They're due.
Oh, Krusty. Northern Lights on your left. Our elderly pop culture references lost on most.
You walked right down that road with me. You knew where I was going.
I knew you were going. I'm surprised it took us this long to get here. Northern Lights on your left. They're down by a point. Lots of time.
Suricatos got runners to both sides. Let's see how far they push it.
Northern Lights are going to go to the corners. Both Doritos, 5 alive, spread across the back. No presence up the middle, though.
And they matched. All right, so it looks like we have a...
Oh, no. That's a minor.
Penalty on the Suricatos. That's going to be bad on the snake side. That snake was crucial for the last point for them. So let's see how the Northern Lights capitalize here. I should get a little bit tighter in here. They got some people shooting cross from the D side, so stay low, stay calm. And
Northern
she can wrap this. Oh, she's probably going to catch this player right here. Oh, yeah. Nice hit. She wraps this. She's probably going to get that back
blown
corner
up at
player
Mini
now.
Temple.
Yeah, she's putting some pressure on. I don't know if she hit her, but she's definitely tucked her in.
Now the Suricatos player taking a walk from that Dorito side. This is falling apart real fast.
Splash zone, Matt. We should get ponchos like Made of the Mist over here.
Does anybody remember Gallagher as a comic? Is that still a...
Smashing watermelons?
That is a really old reference.
I don't think it matters if you're shooting over here because the other side of the field is going to take care of that.
Northern Lights are brazenly walking down the other side of the field in the open.
I believe that may be it for the Suricatos. Yeah,
I think if it's not, they should consider getting off field. That is an ugly point for Suricatos. Great point for Northern Lights.
Hannah punch, counter punch.
Hannah Urquhart doing a ton of damage over here.
Good set. So I don't know the current standings of who has made it to Sunday already, the WNXL. I don't know if the booth can tell us that.
Silence from our research
I've never
department.
heard more silence. Our crack team is now crunching those numbers for us.
T2 coming in with wildly unrealistic expectations of our statistics department.
What's that? So based on what I've seen so far, I'm guessing the Heroines are probably in.
Heroines are in.
Vibe is probably in. The Femmes are probably in.
Yep.
Just the usual suspects. It's that kind of fourth chair.
Kaiser Soze.
It's ruining the ending. All right.
Heroines on your left. They do make a big move up the middle and out to D1. Still doubled up at home.
So one of the Blanco sisters looks like she's kind of primed here for the snake, but I think she's trying to figure out if she is going to take any heat.
That's a successful move up the middle by the Heroines. Except that one doesn't work out.
All right, so Alexis is up here at the 40.
Yeah.
Good move. I think it puts the Blanco sister here in position if she can maybe put somebody in. I think she's trying to communicate to her to either fill where Krista just got knocked out or to get her into the snake to support her.
You know Blanco's going into the snake.
Yeah, but
you and I adapted to the snake. She was born in the snake.
She was genetically built for snake play. So, all right. So the Heroines are making a little push up here in the middle. Probably pretty good move. I think it's Alicia Valdivia.
Another player walking off for Immortal. And 2 players walking off.
I think this is where you're going to see.
They're going to lose their snake player. It's all falling apart. It's coming apart like a cheap Chinese toy in a child's hand on Christmas morning.
It's a choking hazard.
Yeah. Yeah, Immortal Angel is also in an awful position to defend. They've got two up the middle, nothing wide.
I think maybe you see the Blanco sister. Oh, going out wide. She may, when she sees this clear on this side, make a move up. But I think they're wide enough that they can probably pinch her out without her breaking a sweat up the snake here.
If the Angels lose another player, and I'm the coach, I towel out of this. Your positioning is a very difficult to mount any kind of defense off of this.
Alexis Laser is playing really good paintball. That bunker has been pretty crucial.
There it is. Another kill happens. The Angels are going to towel out of this one.
Just the Heroines are putting pressure on everybody today. That seems to be, they can just sit and shoot, and then just put the pressure on.
They're turning this into the killing fields.
Ref staff putting in a lot of work this weekend. Good work this weekend.
By the way, this match is sponsored by a little company called Committed Paintball.
Committed Paintball?
Committed Paintball, you say? Never heard of them.
Are they committed to the sport or the customer experience, or maybe both, Matt? I think they're committed to making cool stuff.
They're committed to...
we should be committed for as long as we've been doing this.
They're committed to doing drops that are basically unattainable for thousands of people furiously clicking on refresh.
Matt, I will not apologize for our success.
This is some kind of long-term psychological...
Wow,
holy crap,
this
SURICATOS.
Okay, this is the Blitz, I believe.
Wow. They are rolling across the lowlands
now the
of
problem
Holland.
is they did not factor in what happens when you get there, because now they're playing their bunkers pretty tight. They've got a lot of guns on, especially this 30 Temple player.
And they continue to push.
This is a very aggressive push right now.
Northern Lights under a lot of pressure, and unfortunately Northern Lights not catching them on those moves. Now I say that. Two SURICATOS walking off.
I would argue a little too aggressive, perhaps. Matt.
Perhaps. Although, there's a counterpunch here by Northern Lights. They're cleaning this up.
I think she got flipped in the hopper.
There's some shenanigans going on over here at the Dorito 50.
Oh, boy.
Dorito 50, the players have crossed by each other in the Dorito 50.
Mercifully.
We had a towel out, but I'm not.
Over. I don't know if it was a towel or that penalty maybe pulled the last player.
That might have been it.
And to be honest, yes, warranted. I don't think that she felt that shot. It nicked her hopper, but referees were on top of it.
Referee's going to ref. What are you going to do? Yeah, they're having a conversation on the field.
Yeah, that's fine. I think it was just a little miscommunication as to why that point was.
All right, Northern Lights are going to take that point. SURICATOS with an amazing surge mid-game. It should have worked, but they just couldn't sustain it.
All right, so heading out to your right, Heroines, we have Daniela, we have Brooklyn, looks like we have Katie Kelly, Alicia Valdivia, and did I miss the fifth? Oh, Alexis Laser is chronoing on.
All right. I have a Mercedes Walter sighting, which means I expect to see snake play from her. She's been doing it all weekend.
Well, it looks like if Daniela's staged up on this side, she's probably going to make her secondary into the snake. I think they're probably just going to feel out how much heat she has. So let's see how this plays out.
Immortals doubled up a home. Fairly standard breakout for Immortals. All 5 alive.
5 alive for the Heroines. Pretty much a mirror. Minus the double home.
For Immortals, this is fine. It's not a dramatic breakout, but it's also 5 alive. Heroines are making a lot of hay so far of giving early kills, and the Immortals are not going to give them those early kills.
So they're really trying to stop anybody from the Heroines to get into the snake, but I think that double up can, if they can get wide on the Heroine side, I think they're going to pick that apart pretty. They're really trying to prevent that from happening. So there's a lot of heat on the snake side.
That was a danger check. One of the refs checked a pod that had been dropped. If he found a hit on it, that was going to be a gross major. There's not. Oh, unfortunately, Immortals attempted a bump out to this snake corner. It doesn't work. She's going to take a walk. Immortals down to 4.
Was that from home?
That was from home.
That's quite a run with that many guns on the other side of the field.
Yeah.
But if it worked, it would have definitely stopped any snake movement.
That was an ambitious plan by Askren. Didn't work out.
Heroines kind of just sitting, chilling, feeling out the situation.
Well, they're up 3-0. They can certainly afford to sit and kill some
Now we may see a little bit of movement here. Because minus this temple on the snake side.
Mercedes walking off for Immortals. Down to 3 bodies. Not a great spread. Number 15 there for Immortals, which is Crystal Welton. She doesn't have a good drop back.
I have lost locations of heroines here. I can see Daniela.
I can see one of them crossing the middle.
Oh, scratch that.
Death is coming.
This is going to be Katie Kelly, and she's going to come clean up in the last 3.
Good Lord. Katie.
Katie is a monster.
Oh, the humanity.
She's just going to wait for her homies to come. They're going to have a little chit-chat. Probably going to just talk about current world events back there and they wait for...
How you feeling? Did you feel good about that point?
Good,
I felt good about that point.
What are you thinking for dinner tonight?
Yeah, I don't know.
Unos or what do we want to do? They have those breadsticks, bottomless.
Deep dish pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, don't sleep on Unos. Their chicken spinacoli pasta. It is amazing.
Yeah. Mac, we should take a second to maybe talk about the tragedy that is Hooters maybe potentially closing all their locations.
Yeah, I think there's a restaurant called Twin Peaks that's taking all their business, is my understanding.
Well, at least somebody's going to pick up the torch and run with it.
Probably not the best conversation for the WNXL.
Okay.
All right, thank you to Committed Paintball for sponsoring this. Basically, Committed Paintball is paying just to put himself on the air. This is a full-on ego project.
This is not. I do enjoy sitting next to you, Matt.
I try as hard as possible to make it not enjoyable. It's not working. Northern Lights on your left. They're up by 1 point. They survived the breakout, 5 alive. Now a bump into D2. Let's see if we get a Suricato's mass migration again at this point.
Oh. Tricky. I mean, trying to go from the outside in, but at least it's a 1-to-1 trade on either side, so that's pretty good.
Bad news. Suricato's up here for the 50.
This position's brutal right here. So another Northern Lights player coming off the other side.
Yep. 3 left alive.
So Tessa really has to be smart here and win this gunfight, or at least control this gunfight.
Suricato's coming off the Dorito side. Actually, 2 Suricato's off now. I think we're in a 3-on-3 situation.
Unfortunately, this center player here for Suricato's is basically unkillable until you get past the 50 behind her. I mean, that's a tough position to stop. So she's going to draw Tessa's gun. I don't think Tessa can really get off of that, unfortunately.
I think you're right. And you know what? The Suricato's player has flexibility. She can slide back and forth in that 50. Unfortunately for the Suricato's player, there's not a good secondary move from here. She's kind of stuck there till the end. At the same time, Northern Lights are up into that D50. She's turning the corner on them. Bad time to have to reload, though.
Oh, yeah. Now, that's what they need to do to stop this.
Broken paint.
Okay, now Tessa made that's an excellent move. That's exactly what she needed to do. She picked her spot, read the situation.
Into the snake.
And now
she's going to wrap on that Suricato's, try to blow it up.
Oh, she has no idea she went to the snake.
Bad news for Tess. She's got 1 pod left.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
she did what she needed to do.
Suricato's in the middle, taking a walk. They've crossed the middle of the field for Northern Lights. They're moving down that Dorito side.
Smart paintball from Northern Lights. That player was dangerous there. To get her out of there is crucial.
Northern Lights are fully moving down the field.
Nice.
On the Dorito side.
Great. We got ourselves a game here.
Suricato's countering that by moving into the D2. Tess has a friend over there on that Dorito side. They got to crunch that out and finish it. The Dorito is a good defensive position. This is not a guarantee. This is tough. You cross that 50 over there on the snake, and you put yourself at a lot of risk. Tess does not have good bunkers to hide behind. It doesn't matter. Last Suricato's is going to take a walk.
That was a great point.
That's a great
point.
Northern Lights going to go up 3-1 with 9 minutes on the clock.
Tessa played that point excellent. Smart,
yeah.
Calm, cool, collected, did what she needed to do, made the move she needed to make. Excellent job.
She lost her front and then became the front. So Heroines up 4-0. Heroines have a lot of options here. There's still a ton of time to kill. Of course, if Heroines won 1 more point, they're going to mercy out this match. For Immortals, I don't know. I mean, throw something crazy at the wall.
So there's 2 Blancos out here. So
that's 2 Blancos too many.
I mean, they may just be going super wide, super fast.
Geneva Convention has banned the ownership of more than 1 Blanco at any given time. Heroines have all the options in the world to do whatever they want. They're playing with house money right now. Oh, players just, oh my God, that's a death wave.
They just dropped an absolute nuke. I think they just killed all 5 off the break.
Oh my God, it is all 5.
Matt, that was the Moab. That was the one that were all bombs.
Wow.
They just killed all 5 off the break.
The AC-130 gunship coming in, strafing Immortal Angels right off the field.
Oof.
Great work by the Heroines. Amazing shooting. And again, here's the crazy thing about it. That did not happen because the Heroines put 5 guns at home shooting or something crazy. They were still running to their bunkers, killing.
I literally said they have the 2 Blancos. I mean, I'm not saying the Blancos aren't good shooters, but they're not typically their back players. Like, they're not tall. They don't really have those angles. That's pretty impressive.
That breakout was not supposed to result in that. The Heroines coach right now is patting himself on the back going, look what I did. That is not supposed to happen.
Okay.
Well, with that, the Heroines roll into Sunday. All the momentum in the world.
That's a way to put an exclamation point on your day right there.
Yeah, I mean, they are rolling downhill like a Mack truck without working brakes.
Well, that's a tough act to follow, but I think that maybe hopefully we get similar magic from this one right here. We still got we got a game, 9 minutes left. This is still anybody's game.
Ton of time. Here we go. SURICATOS in the breakout. They go wide, 1 up the middle. They're into their Doritos clean. 5 alive, both sides. Oh, great movement up the snake by Northern Lights already.
Wow, that's a lot of progress really quickly. But they do have a gun, 2 guns fixated on that snake, so she's got to just play it safe, chill out. She may need to, not shoot for a little while.
I don't think the snake tower over here for SURICATOS is aware of the snake presence.
She is now.
She's looking for a ref to check her out. Nope, she's clean. Back in there. Back in there, Slugger. Do some work.
So we got a Northern Lights player coming off on the left side, Dorito side of the field.
SURICATOS have now responded by getting into Snake 2.
So they have a mirror matchup here, pretty much a direct mirror on this entire Snake side. So the towers are matched up and the Snake positioning is matched up. So that tower is now gone. The Snake player has become a little bit more vulnerable. Let's see how this plays out here. Because we may have a meeting of the minds here in the 50. Now, we are definitely in the splash zone here.
SURICATOS were late to the snake. It's going to work, though. She's going to blow her up clean.
That is...
No, she's got a hit on her pack. That's going to... I think that's going to be a major. That's going to be a major on SURICATOS. Unbeknownst to her, she had a hit on her pack when she went to kill that snake player.
Where did that pack hit come from is my question.
It could, when she was crawling, it could have dropped in, or it could have been a teammate shooting in the pack. Let's say a teammate caught it, shot in the back because it's way more dramatic for webcasting
Yeah,
purposes.
that's fine. Yeah.
They're
going to have to really talk about that back at the hotel, Matt.
Toxic internal team rivalries result in a player shooting another player in the back.
Heads are going to roll over this.
Well, great. This is like a Mexican soap opera.
Matt, she may have just rubbed against the bunker.
Yeah,
but
no. I suspect while crawling she took a floater into the pack.
So I don't know if there's one player left, obviously, on the Dorito side 50.
Yep.
And another one coming up here right behind her, the next Dorito back. So
Snake for Northern Lights.
Not grim, but not great. But in all that chaos, I'm kind of surprised Northern Lights didn't capitalize a little bit more.
I think they're trying to figure out what's going on out here.
So is this player out or tactical retreat and then some? Move to a whole nother zip code.
Ryder, we'll pick you up.
Oh, wow. I mean, she literally just circumvented the globe here to get into the snake. Unscathed.
You're going to bring up Christopher Columbus again, aren't you, you Italian? Northern Lights going to get a chance. She blows up that snake player. That's a huge kill for that Northern Lights player stuck in the snake.
Man, she ran really far for that.
I feel horrible. Oh, yeah, what a waste.
That was a lot of running.
So that is a win for just sneaky patience on behalf of the Northern Lights player.
There is a SURICATOS player coming up the D side here, and I do not believe that. Oh, wait a minute.
She's going to get blown.
Is that a trade?
She's going to trade, but that's okay. Northern Lights still have a player. Refs are reaching for the flags. They're thinking about it, but they call it a trade.
All right.
I believe that's just the Northern Lights player here in the snake. She can't believe her own good fortune.
I don't know if she realizes that the field is empty.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't believe in it.
Okay.
She doesn't believe in Santa Claus.
The SURICATOS. I mean, what about Santa? What?
Nothing.
The
Nothing.
Okay. The
Fine gentleman. He'll be seeing you in.
Oh, thank you. I've been writing him letters. So SURICATOS, thankfully, gave her the heads up and hit that buzzer. So
You asking for Red Ryder BB gun again this Christmas?
I never get it, Matt. My dad says I'm going to shoot my eye or something. Whatever. I'll stick to paintball.
All right, that was a great game for Northern Lights. SURICATOS really needed that one to bring the match back. Unfortunately, it's going to get worse, so the Northern Lights now up 4-1 over them. Almost 6 minutes on the clock. That's plenty of time for SURICATOS, but not a great point situation. You know, as a coach, which nobody really wants to be coaching, this puts you in a bad situation because you're going to have to start becoming predictable. It's sending your squad out. The SURICATOS don't have a lot of options except to attack fast. And that means if the Northern Lights can set up the right firing lanes, they should be able to chop up SURICATOS going for it.
Man, that SURICATOS player, though, to move all the way across the field like that's
She's like, why do I even try?
That was a lot. That could be the greatest tactical retreat since maybe.
She did all of that.
I know.
Got blown up. She turned and screamed "Con" at the sky.
That's right. This is, again, just like the last Northern Lights match. These are fun matches to watch.
Absolutely.
Here's the sun is setting on this event on day 2 of the event. This could be the last. This could be the last point.
Last dance.
This could be the last dance.
Is it dark enough to start lighting candles yet? Is that the mood?
You've already started, Matt. Are these aromatherapy?
One of the committed candles dropping.
That's the drop tomorrow. We'll see you guys at 6:30 a.m. Be at the booth. But the event so far seemingly running very smoothly on all fields. But great event, great venue. Staff here has been wonderful as always, accommodating to vendors and players. And maybe let's finish this thing up if the Northern Lights gals can get this going. Oh, a little stutter step.
Northern Lights drop 1, maybe 2 players on the breakout. We're going to see how this snake drama works out.
She had a little stutter there, and I can't tell if she stopped because she maybe got hit. Or
she's out. That's it.
She was.
So Northern Lights should go into clock kill mode now.
She was maybe lucky there.
The smart play for Northern Lights is try to grind it out, right? They're up 4-1, 5.5 of the clock. SURICATOS getting yanked from that snake, though. SURICATOS have an excellent gun position here at that 50 stand-up wedge over in the snake side. Tess is going to take one and take a walk.
That's a big loss.
I don't think for Northern Lights you're going to be able to kill much clock off this one. It's falling apart too fast. You know, SURICATOS a little bit over-aggressive. I take it back. They might be able to kill some clock here for Northern Lights.
They have to be aggressive, though, Matt. That's the only, there's not a crazy amount of time here to make up 3+ points.
So just a few minutes ago, I heard somebody near here say SURICATOS are forced into being aggressive, and Northern Lights can use that to their advantage to kill bodies. I don't know who that guy was, but he was a genius, because that's what we're seeing out here.
He's pretty handsome, too.
Stunning.
But they are a very aggressive team by nature.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the problem is that you have a Northern Lights team that seemingly knows how to pivot and adapt and control very quickly.
So SURICATOS running through guns. SURICATOS are up at the D50. Excellent position, but she's hunting that Dorito. Dorito's not coming out to play, staying on the cross. Her home is trying to protect the Dorito. SURICATOS player either has to eliminate the home or make a dash and try to bunker out that Dorito. I don't know if she'll make it there. The home player is waiting for her. And even worse for the SURICATOS, the clock continues to drain away.
Oh, wait a minute.
There we go.
A challenger appears. Didn't even see her coming.
She's going to run right through that Dorito gun, though. Does she live? She does, and takes the Dorito. That's a big kill. One SURICATOS player left, I believe, over on the Dorito side to finish this out.
Really hustle here.
She's got to run. She doesn't trust the situation. We're now down to 3.5.
Let's just be safe. We don't need to tumble over this home base.
Seatbelts, roll them up, kids.
Let's just gingerly hit it. There we go. Great.
All right, SURICATOS is going to bring it to 2-on-4 with about 3.5 on the clock. That's quite a bit of time. That should be doable to pull out 2 points. But the average, I would say I'm just guessing here, right? And our statistics department has once again fallen down on the job. Thank you, Alex. The average WNXL point, I would say, has been clocking in about 2.5 minutes is my guess. Okay. So it would require a pretty darn fast couple of points for SURICATOS to bring this back to a tie.
Anything could happen, Matt. We're here in the closing points of this day, and I think that, anything could happen.
As you can see, the sun has decided to, this is not the golden hour. This is the opposite of the golden hour, right?
I know.
All our wrinkles are appearing. Turn off the HD.
Yeah. Somebody turn down the sun, please.
I have a chance to do shadow puppets right now on the NXL banner.
We could do that.
You got anything?
I can do a llama. I can do a llama. Where are we? Oh, wait, you can't see with the camera. Oh, man.
This is the quality television you only get at Major League Paintball on YouTube.
You thought you only were going to tune in for paintball, and guess what? You got a shadow puppet show on top of it.
That's what you get, folks. You couldn't get past the paywall in Go Sports, so you're here. I just lost us a few more viewers.
I know. Well, I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Matt, for obviously inviting me onto the stream here. This is great, and everybody watching at home, it's wonderful.
I want to thank you for showing up. Honestly, all joking aside, this is the best part of my day when I get to sit down and work with you for about a half hour at a time.
I got to tell everybody else that comes here they stink. You said
they're the worst. The problem is I can't get past the Danielle tower defense to get you here more. That's his wife.
She was here.
She's stalking me.
She was going to come over. I was like, Matt is in the middle of something.
I don't need to get punched again.
The restraining order still extends.
She threw a chair at my head last time we saw each other.
That being said, it was a folding chair and it was plastic, so I don't know.
I'm fragile. All right, SURICATOS in a tough position here. They're down by 2 points. 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Aggressive breakout for SURICATOS is working so far.
Well, they know they have to make some moves. That's a big move.
They're going to double up these
that
two
is
standing
an extremely
wedges.
Big move.
Unfortunately, they lose their home.
They've almost killed their cameraman as well. He's trying to keep up, and he just can't seem to keep up with them.
Cameramen are replaceable. Just ask our Comp Sports crew.
You're walking home, Matt.
SURICATOS sliding up that Dorito side now. They're in the D50. They are spread wide across. They're going to cross the D50. She's going to launch.
I'm trying to see positioning here. So is there I can't see if there's a home. There is a home player. All right. That home player just got peeled off. It looks like, all right, SURICATOS just
there you
fast
go.
Point. Real fast point.
It's hard to tell positions when SURICATOS is scurrying around
and
like,
here we are.
Like mice when you turn the lights on.
I mean, isn't that the animal that they are? SURICATOS like a little
I don't know what a SURICATOS is. You're about to create an international incident. Keep talking.
Is it like a religious animal? Or I don't think it is. I think it's just a little ferocious creature, like a ferret.
I am quietly taking off my headset and backing away from this conversation.
We need to know what a SURICATOS is immediately before I cause an international incident. I believe it's a ferocious rodent.
We are going to have to send you before the Hague, and you're going to get the boot.
Das Boot?
The boot. All right, Northern Lights dropped that point. Very aggressive run through by SURICATOS. They win that one.
Wow, I mean, we got a game.
Plenty of time. Yeah, plenty of time. That said, Northern Lights knows what SURICATOS has to do. They should be predictable. Northern Lights, their coach needs to set Lights gunners up in the right places to cut up SURICATOS going through. That's their best hope here.
Okay, so do we time out? Are they going to...
No, we got 1 minute rolling on the clock, 2.5 minutes left on the game clock. By the way, both these teams hoping to get to 2-2 and then hoping for a little bit of tiebreaker magic. The winner of this game will go to 2-2 on the weekend. Both of them have a negative average margin point differential, but probably so will the other hopefuls to get in.
So WNXL, just for the people at home, and maybe for me too, because I'm not. Remember, it's been a whole off season. I'm old. So they have 2 buys for the top seeds, correct? And then they have then they have 4. Is that how they're running it?
You're asking me questions I can't ask. Top 2 per bracket advance. 4 teams advance. So frankly, I think the die is already set. Heroines, High Rollers, Dallas 5, and Femmes Fatales are moving on. So this is more of a pride match.
Okay.
Because I can't see them moving on in this situation.
Either way, they're putting on a great show. Northern Lights loses this runner out to the snake corner. SURICATOS up the middle again. All right, so they've got that Doritos side.
Tess is going to take a walk for Northern Lights.
And Tessa was crucial to stop this. Look at this player. The SURICATOS player is in their Dorito snake, I guess you could say, fortress side. And they've got this dominant bunker here in the 50 again, and there's no one to stop her.
It's a little late for me to suggest this, but Northern Lights.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
They have one player left in that Dorito, but I think she's supposed to get her head blown off.
She's regretting her life decisions.
Oh, wait. Is she? All right, she's shot.
SURICATOS swarmed that situation.
Point. Wow, super fast point. And that's what they need to do. That's exactly what they need to do.
All right.
Here we go. Now we got ourselves, ladies and gents, a game.
Let's go into analyst mode. I'm going to retroactively suggest something smart to do because it's easy for me. Now, in retrospect, if I'm Northern Lights, I think I would have recommended meeting aggression with aggression, right? So SURICATOS are built for a down point situation. If there's any team right now in the WNXL that you don't want to give them a, hey, be aggressive and you can win this, it might be the SURICATOS.
They're seemingly getting into those 50 bunkers effortlessly, extremely fast.
It's like you tell the SURICATOS, be aggressive, and they go, oh, okay, now we can go win.
Sure.
So Northern Lights, maybe their best chance there was actually to counter the aggression with their own aggression, because sitting back was not working. They just lost 3 points in a row.
They peeled off their entire snake side almost immediately, and they could just march up the side of the field at that point, and they did. So this next point, how much we got left? 143.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, do they want to do it again and be aggressive, or do they want to maybe push this to an OT? I don't know. I mean, does it matter? I mean, this is for pride, right? But it's an excellent showing what the SURICATOS can do if they could put down points like that. I mean, they could be a serious competitor in this league. So
SURICATOS, Northern Lights, what do you do with a minute 43? This is not going to go to time. There's going to be a point scored on this one. I'd favor SURICATOS because with a minute 43, they're better built to be aggressive and finish out in a minute 43.
Just for the sake of argument, I will go Northern Lights.
Okay.
Just so we,
we're
impartial.
Continue to disagree.
Yeah, we can disagree.
Yeah. It builds more of that will they or won't they tension that this pair has been delivering to the audience.
All right, on your right, Northern Lights. On your left, SURICATOS, which I still believe a ferocious creature of some kind.
Are they rodents of unusual size?
I think they're like a ferret, but a much scarier ferret. It's a meerkat.
Chat believes that it's a meerkat.
Okay. Do they believe or do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're trusting a group of people on the internet, to be honest?
I don't think they're pushing big meerkat agenda. I think they're probably correct. They have the internet at their fingertips, and I do not.
The big cat industry is taking control of the chat.
If I get shoved into a van with a bag over my head, we're going to know what happened. All right, here we go.
SURICATOS spread wide. They're moving up to D2. Into the snake corner, 5 alive.
All right, so Northern Lights, they've got the snake side temple. Looks like Tessa's kind of in a position to stop any snake movement. And she may have been the one to shoot off the break that runner.
That is critical. Tess has got to stop this move into the snake from the SURICATOS. SURICATOS now sliding up the middle.
They're making the same moves up the middle. Oh, okay, this is tough. This is where it gets tough.
SURICATOS also up the Dorito side.
All right, so they're going to play the inside of this bunker, but I don't think that anybody read that she's in there. So they did peel off a SURICATOS player on the right-hand side. So off the D side, we have another. They're only up the middle, and then they have this snake. Oh, that's this SURICATOS player right here in this Dorito corner. All right, she is clean, but that was extremely close.
They're going to lose their middle player. I take it back. This is going to go to time. Without a flag interfering with this, another SURICATOS walking off. 30 seconds left. Northern Lights would have to put together a heck of a aggressive
I mean,
move
they only have one player left in this corner. If they hustle, they could potentially – they know where she is.
The bunker Muerte?
Oh, she's hit.
Yeah, bunker Muerte.
If they get moving, they got 17 seconds here. I don't think there's anybody else on the field.
Do we still have a Dorito presence? You know what? If
10
you're Northern
seconds.
Lights, you got to go. Yeah, Northern Lights have just got to go. Who cares whether this body's just go.
Oh.
5. I
Four,
don't know. This is going to be close.
2. They got it.
They
1
got it.
second
1
left.
second. Let's see if she's clean. Wait for the thumbs up.
What a game.
There it is.
Wow.
1 second on the clock.
Amazing job.
Northern Lights.
Wow. They put on a show today. Northern Lights, amazing job. Great game. And SURICATOS, amazing game, too. Those moves up the middle were brutal.
How much money did you have on this game?
With you?
with Fat Tony.
Matt, my kidneys are safe.
Yeah, well, yeah, you get one more week before it all falls apart. That was a hell of a game.
Let's get these refs some money.
That was an amazing game to finish out
awesome.
day 2 in the WNXL. Northern Lights, amazing. When I say last second, it was literally
the last second.
Last second victory. Hey, give some credit to SURICATOS. They made a hell of a comeback. They put everything into that. They showed some real aggressive DNA there that brought them back 3 points real quick.
If that went to overtime, they were a second away. They could have probably pulled that out in overtime if they just did aggressive moves. It's a coin flip when you make aggressive moves like that.
That was amazing.
That was really good.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much. I'll start with some thank yous. Thank you to you, T2.
As always, a pleasure,
Thank
Matt.
you for joining us at the booth. That's the most fun I have each day. Whether you guys like it or not, you're stuck with us.
We're having fun.
Thank you to all the viewers. Thanks for being with us today. Don't go away. Tomorrow we're going to come back. It's playoff time. Sunday is when the magic happens.
That's what they say.
All right. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Come back. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye, Twister.